Hello, hello, hello. It's that day, it's that time. You know what that means. Hi, everybody. Let me know you're here. And when you let me know what you're working on, what you're sipping on, and what's new with you. Let me know what you've been up to, what you got going on. I cannot talk at all. Sure, see if everything's working. Seems to be. I think it's working. I can't tell. Hmm. Sit here and wait and see what happens. Do, 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 do. I don't seem to have volume. Check real quick.
Hello everyone, welcome to Untitled Chapter. And that's why tonight we're doing our last comedy show. Because tomorrow
Okay, it's working somewhere. Can you guys hear me? Is this working? I've got.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I think it's working now. Hmm. Hi, VJ. Hi, Lucy. So you guys can hear me? You sound fuzzy. Why am I fuzzy? Let me check this real quick. See if this helps. Am I a little less fuzzy? Adding this extra light help. No, that's bad. No, I think I'm too light lit up now. Oh, okay. See if that works. Is that any better? Oh no. Don't know why I'm fuzzy or steamy or whatever. I'm looking like I have no idea. Yes, Lucy. Yeah, but no, you no longer have to like chime in and then leave on your commute home and then come back. the upper third is fuzzy. I don't know. Maybe it's something coming off the fan because I have a fan that's like right up here. You can't see my finger, but it's blowing up here. That might have something to do with it. I don't know. But you can see me. I'm not fuzzy. I don't know. I don't know. So how are things going? What's new with everybody? Let me know what you're working on, what you're sipping on. Tell me about your day, your week, what have you. Okay, you're saying, okay, the upper third's fuzzy. Lucy's saying, okay. Oh, you can see me in yarn, so it's all good. Yeah, don't pay too much attention to this yarn because this is a hot mess right now because had to go in search of something and I totally just screwed up everything back here. So I'm gonna have to and I'm dreading it because I'm gonna have to dig everything out and rearrange it and put everything back. And it's going to be a task and a feat. And I don't want to do it, but no, I have to. But I don't want to do it mainly because with the seasons changing, I'm going to be using other yarns, so I need to dig out like the warmer yarns that I put away to make room for my cottons and my bamboos that I used all summer. And that's just going to be a pain in the neck. I don't know. I know I got to do it. I don't want to. But it's an excuse for me to go through and go, wow, I forgot I had that. Because there's going to be a lot of that. Because there's a lot of yarn back there that I guarantee I'm going to open it up and go, huh, I didn't think I had any of that. I was wrong. I have 6 skeins of it. That's going to happen. I guarantee it. And I want to do that before I start buying more yarn because I want to use the yarn I have. So yeah, we'll see. Hey, Catherine, how are you? How are you feeling? Are you feeling better? Ugh, BJ saying my cup is empty and I lost my eye hook yet again. How do you keep losing hooks? I am going to Michael's tomorrow and buy 2 hooks since I keep losing them. See, I could never lose an eye. Well, I'm not gonna say I'll never lose an eye hook because I have lost them. But since eyes are my favorite, I have 50 of them. I have a lot of eye hooks. I have 50 of them, but I have 5 that I use. And basically, it's my Tulipatimo, my Clover Amore, my Addy Swing Maxi, my generic Addy knockoff, and I have another Addy that I use, but I'm drawing a blank. Oh, it's I forget what it's called. So I can grab it real quick. Oh wait, it's there. It's over here. Because I literally just used it. You. Come out, wherever you are. Right here. Digging for it. Here we go. Oh wait, no. This is my Clover Amore J hook. I forget what it's called, but it's sweet. It's got a Swedish name. It's got a brown handle, which is why I thought that was it. But anyway, yeah. So there's 5 of them that I use regularly, and the others are just knockoff clovers and oh no, my Susan Bates. That's my 5th. So I guess I have 6 I use. Yeah. So I always have an eye hook around somewhere, and for the most part, I could use them interchangeably, which is cool. The only one I can't use interchangeably with it, and doesn't really matter because I don't use them anyway, is my furls. My furls hooks do not interchange well with any other hook. It's my experience that if you start with a furls hook, you have to end with a furls hook. because other hooks are not compatible with working with a furls. The stitches are completely different. So, but since I don't use furls hooks, it's a moot point. Although I am actually waiting to buy the aluminum furls because I'm kind of curious. Maybe it might solve my number one issue with the furls hook, which is the weight. I don't. The streamlined wood is too light, and the Odysseys are too heavy for me. So I was thinking maybe the aluminum might be a nice happy medium. And I like how it looks, so I'm gonna buy one just to have it because whether or not I use the furls hook, they photograph well. So I think I'm gonna buy one of those to see if maybe I might add it to my corral of eye hooks that I use. But we shall see. Let's see. Lucy is saying, I'm making a baby blanket from my hubby's former colleague. He showed me a picture of her baby yesterday and said, could I make a blanket? Aw. Yay. I rearranged the closet in my office. The yarn half is nice. The genealogy half I am not happy with and am going to redo. See, in this little space, I've told you guys this before, but I'm gonna tell you again. Um, like I have all of my yarn because I do all my crafting here. I do my writing work here, and pretty much anything that's related to my professional life is done on this table and in this general space. So I have a organizational system right now. It's very loosely controlled chaos because it's nuts on my table right now. But yeah, my goal is to eventually have, even if it's all in one room, have a designated space for each thing so that I don't have to cram it all on one table. Each place can have its designated space. That's my goal. I'm shooting for that for 2023. Did your couch eat it? That's a good question. Check the cushions, VJ. Catherine is saying I have a lovely cold and the radiation is messing with my sinuses. Ugh, that's horrible. I'm sorry. I did see your post about Sudafed. Is that helping? You're just saying I can find the devil boy, but not my Susan Bates. Ugh. Oh. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm so sorry. I am sipping coffee in a coffee mug, and it says the most important meal of the day, coffee. And yes, this mug is literally almost the size of my head. It's huge, and it's 2/3 of the way full. I just made the coffee, so that now it's like literally my second sip. But yeah, there's a lot of coffee in here. But that's okay because I got a ton of work to do tonight. So that coffee's going to come in handy. I was sitting in on a desk chair the last time I had it. Does the desk chair have cushions? Because I've had things slide down into the cushion of my desk chairs before. Yes, the Sudafed is helping a lot. That's good to know. I'm glad. How do you keep the coffee warm? I normally don't have it long enough for it to get cold. But if it does get cold, I'll throw it in the microwave in a heartbeat. I don't care. I'm not one of those people that's like, once it's cold, I can't drink it. No, I'll either throw it in the microwave and warm it up, or I'll throw ice cubes in it and it becomes iced coffee. Either one works for me. And I'm using I don't drink like um cow's milk. I drink oat milk. So I've got some oat milk cinnamon creamer in there and some honey, and it's like caffeinated liquid oatmeal, I guess, for lack of a better way of describing it. Coffee, if you could make coffee flavored oatmeal, this is what this tastes like. It's delicious. No cushion. Did it roll under something like the desk, a bookcase, something like that? Yeah, under the desk, up against the wall, maybe. I nuke my coffee as well. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that has to like, oh no, it got cold. I need to have a fresh cup. No, no, no. The caffeine's still there. It still tastes like coffee. I'm good to go. I'll just warm it up or add ice cubes, like I said. So let's see. What's my week been like? Pretty uneventful, really. I've just okay, uneventful yet frustrating all at the same time. And I'll circle back to the frustrating part here in a second. Um, so I've just been tooling away at all my projects on the commission pieces that I have to work on. Um, Doing some sketching for some um, upcoming patterns I want to write, and regular work has been keeping me busy. Um, School is always trying to bite me in the butt, but I'm hanging in there. At least I'm trying to. Um, but okay, so my frustrating part is, so I told you I have this commission to make these scarves, and one of them is witches scarves, and the other one is basically scarecrow legs. Well, I bought the patterns, and I gotta tell you, the patterns for the witches scarves was pretty bad. Let me show you one of my finished ones. Okay, so this is one of the finished scarves. I can't fit it all. Let's stand up. Okay, see? Now, overall, it's a pretty cute design. Here's the problem. How the pattern is written, each of these stripes, like, you're supposed to change colors, as in cut the yarn and start the other color every time. Who wants to weave in that many ends? On what planet are you going to weave in that many ends? So instead of doing that, I carried the yarn through. Um, it's going to cost me some. It's going to take more yarn, but on the flip side, not too much, because when you consider the amount of yarn that you're using to cut an end that you have enough to weave in at the end, I'm going to use more, but I don't think it's going to be by that much. And judging from how my skeins are looking, I'm going to come out right where I thought I was going to anyway. The other problem with it was how the shoe was constructed. It was in like 4 different pieces, and again, I'm not trying to weave in all those ends. And the instructions on how to make the shoe was really murky. And as if that wasn't bad enough, it's another case of this pattern was definitely written by a right-handed person with right-handed people in mind, because where you're supposed to attach, like for instance, to do the curl here, I was supposed to attach the yarn right here, like so right here, right at the bottom of the heel, but actually it was this way, right here, and then crochet across. Well, here's the problem. I can't crochet in this direction because I'm left-handed. I don't crochet in this direction. I crochet in this direction. So the instructions were not going to work for me at all. So I kind of had to recreate how to make the shoe. And that took me, it was probably basically a full day of me fiddling with it to finally figure out how to make the shoe. So that was frustrating. But I did figure it out. I did write it out. And now on the one I'm working on now, this is the one I have work in progress. I figured it out. So I should be good to go from now. But figuring out that shoe and that first scarf, or figuring out that scarf in general, was rather frustrating. I was I was just frustrated beyond belief. I've looked at the pattern for the scarecrow scarves. It's pretty straightforward, so I'm not worried about it. But that shoe, it was a nightmare. So basically, that's what I've been working on. And you saw my finished object, so there you go. And I've showed you work in progress, so there you go there too. VJ saying I will add more ground to brew more coffee. I've done that too. Thank you. Exactly, Kim. It's 6 and 1/2, half a dozen of the other. Are you referring to the coffee or the pattern? I waited too long to come back and look at this. Did you crochet over the yarn? Yeah, I just crocheted over it. I just carried it through and crocheted over it. Um, you can't see it. It's not bleeding through, which is cool. Because the other colors I'm doing, I think I'm doing navy and orange. The only one I'm slightly worried about is the orange, but I think it should be okay because I'm pretty good at being able to hide the yarn I'm carrying through, even if it is black. But we shall see. Of course, I probably have more of a problem with the orange showing through the black than the black showing through the orange. But again, we'll see. That one I may actually have to suck it up and do it that way. I don't want to, but I might have to. So, but yeah, so that was my frustration for the week. But I did, like I said, come up with a solution. So I guess it was worth it in the end because, like, I did actually have to put some crochet skills to work to figure out how to actually make the boot that made sense for a left-handed person. Meaning it's about the same carrying or cutting. But yeah, if you're leaving enough of a tail to actually weave it in legitimately, you're really not losing. It's going to come out about the same. Only it's just way easier for me to carry that yarn and not have to weave in all those ends later. And I'm actually a person that I weave my ends. I crochet over them as I go. But even that's tedious when you have to do that many of them. That's just ridiculous. So, but yeah, so that was what I've been working on. Everything else has just been your typical, going to school and doing my projects and, um, just learning about the legal system and shaking my head because it's a very interesting system and it's basically, for lack of a better way of describing it, it's been flawed since day one. But we won't go into that here because, well, yeah, that could just get messy, and I'll just leave it at that. The legal system has been flawed since it was created. But let's see. Other than that, I've been doing a little bit of work about rebranding. Um, I know I mentioned this before because I'm going to change my name from these three things boutique to something else. And I'm actually thinking that along with changing that, because I want all the names to like match. So my channel name is going to change, but I think the big change is I'm going to drop the unapologetically part. And this is why. I'm calling myself unapologetically Mocha because I'm a person that basically lives life unapologetically. I am who I am. If you like it, great. If you don't, there's the door. Keep it pushing, right? Well, I'm to the point now where I don't think I should have to say that anymore. You know, I am who I am. You don't need to know that I'm all unapologetic about it. I think it's pretty obvious that I am who I am, and I'm okay with that, and I'm okay with people who aren't okay with that. So I'm thinking about dropping that part, which kind of hurts my heart a little bit. But on the flip side, I think I've outgrown it. But now I need to figure out what to put on the other side of Mocha. And I've been trying to. I've had like 5 or 6 different ideas, and I've narrowed it down to two. And it's Mocha makes or Mocha creates. So I'm trying to decide which of those I'm going with. I like them both. I like the Mocha makes because I like the alliteration of it, of the two M's. I like Mocha creates because, well, that's what I do. So I really can't decide between the two. So that's my other thing I've been working on. I've been working on coming up with the name so I can just do the rebrand across the board for everything, and trying to get some ideas of what my logo wants to look like. But of course, I can't really make a logo until I know what my name's going to be. So that's where I am right now. And if you guys have an opinion one way or the other, let me know. And another reason why I was going, I was playing, I was going to drop the unapologetically part was because when I originally made my YouTube channel, the unapologetically made more sense because I was a commentary channel, so I was doing commentary on current events, and I was like, I wasn't holding back on my opinions, so the unapologetically part made more sense then. But since I've kind of moved out of that and into the yarning community, I mean, I still do commentary, obviously, but it's basically yarn based and craft based. I don't really need to add that. I mean, I'm still going to rant either way. I don't need the unapologetically part in front of it. And that's a really long name. So, what's wrong with Mocha's Crochet and Crafts? Nothing. Just haven't thought about it. Darn it, VJ. I thought I had narrowed it down to two, and now here you come bringing a third one in. Just wanted to put them on a hat. Thanks, VJ. That wouldn't make it an easier switch because all I'd have to do is just delete the unapologetically part. I'll have to give that some thought. Yeah, thanks, VJ. Thanks. So yeah, been what I've that's been what I've been. Oh man, am I good at that speak type thing? So that's what I've been up to for the last week. Um, I actually did drop in on a few lives here and there. Actually, I dropped in on I Bring It Kelly's live. Well, one of them. That girl. How do you do 3 to 5 hour lives? I get halfway through one, and my throat and everything's like, "Are we done yet? Are you still talking? Are you kidding me?" But she has lives to go on for 3, 4, 5 hours. I mean, it's impressive. And I talk the whole time. It's not even like there's any dead air or they pause it to do something and come back. No, no. They're literally talking the entire time. It amazes me how people can do live streams for that long. I think the longest live stream I've ever done was 2.5 hours, and I had a guest. So on my channel anyway. But I'm trying to think if I just really I feel bad because I don't have a whole lot of time to go to other live streams because I can barely fit this one in. But I don't know I feel like I'm a bad member of the yarning community because I really don't frequent lives as much as I should. I mean, I do watch a lot of videos and I do like them and I do make comments on videos. But as far as like lives go, it's just hard for me to find time to fit them in. And I kind of feel bad about it because, like, I know what it's like to have a live and have nobody show up. It sucks. So I try not like contribute to that. So I try to go to lives. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I don't know. I was going to say I'm going to have to manage my time better, but quite frankly, with everything I have going on, I don't think I'm doing a bad job of managing my time now, and I'm not totally sure I can even manage it. I can manage it anymore if I wanted to. But I don't know. I'll figure something out, I guess. I don't know. VJ, what are you saying? Swinging my mouse over here. I've had a 4 hour live. It's easier if you have people on the panel. I could only talk for an hour. Yeah, see, yeah, if you have people on the panel, that definitely would stretch it out. And she does have people on her panel, so that makes more sense as to how she can go that long. Like I said, the 2.5 hour one I did, I had a guest, and she was up on panel, and we were talking. So, I mean, I love doing lives. I mean, see, look, my sinuses are going already, and it's only been what 32 minutes, and my sinuses are already like, oh, we're still talking, okay. But no, I love lives. Lives are fun. I prefer lives over doing taped videos, quite frankly, because I hate to edit. I hate editing, and a lot of my filmed videos, I don't edit them, or I barely edit them, or my editing consists of adding my intro and my outro, and I do very little editing to the actual content itself. But lives, it's like it's live. It is what it is. I said what I said, and I don't edit my lives either. A live will go. I'll end the live, and it stays that way. I'm not going in and editing. I'm not taking anything out. I'm not adding anything to it. My live is my live. It is what it is. And I realize that I'm staring at my light instead of staring at my camera. So it looks like I'm staring off into space. I'm really not. Well, I guess I am, but I really was thinking I was staring at my camera. It's been a day. Sort of. This weather is wreaking havoc on my joints, and I'm kind of achy, and I'm trying to avoid taking pain pills because pain pills make me loopy. And it's kind of hard to work on anything when, like, you're trying to remember what your name is. So I'm trying to avoid popping the happy pills. So the ibuprofen has been making do for now. But when you deal with chronic pain and you're trying to like go through your day, it gets old after a while. And I'm going to stop whining about that right now. You have to schedule yourself. I just told people during my live that I no longer go on the YouTube before 3 p.m. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, in the morning I normally try to catch up with like videos that were released the day before from like the people I watch on a regular basis. And then during the day I'm normally here by myself, so it's my best shot at trying to film something. So I'll film a video or what have you. And if I don't have a video idea right there, then and there, then I fill that time with normally schoolwork or like whatever, like I'm crocheting, whatever I happen to be making at the time, I'll do that. Excuse me. My sinuses are not happy with me. So yeah, but yeah, as far as like doing anything for myself on YouTube, Yeah, I don't see me ever going live before. Well, I'm live at 9 o'clock tonight. Um, you know, it's definitely an evening thing for me because just during the day it's just too chaotic. Too many people running in and out. I mean, it's 9 o'clock and I have people running in and out. During the like the mid afternoon, the early evening, forget it. It's chaos here. I get a muscle ache body wash from Walmart. That helps. I'll look into that. You need tortilla soup. I love tortilla soup. I haven't had tortilla soup in a very long time. Hmm. I might have to make some of that. I got all the fixings to make chili because that's what the kids had requested. But now I think I'm gonna make some tortilla soup too. Hmm. It's because it's getting at that time, the whole soup stew season. I don't have to bust out my soup and stew recipes. So, but anyway, yeah. So what have I missed? Those of you that actually go to lives and more than I do, is there any news that I've missed so far? Um, like I said, I've been pretty under the radar because I'm kind of buried in work, so I'm not making a whole lot of lives, and that's where most of the juicy gossip happens is in certain people's lives. I never go. I never make it to them, so I'm like kind of behind in the YouTube gossip. So somebody fill me in. What am I missing? What's going on? Um, my groups have been pretty quiet too, which is weird. Um, I mean, they've gone quiet before, but never this quiet. As in, like, is no one making anything, or we are getting ready for craft fairs? What are we doing? I mean, the only the only thing that I saw in any of my groups was we had that whole "what do I charge" debate, and y'all know my stance on that because I ran it on it for a good long time, and the whole thing 3 times the price of yarn. No, 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 no. And I tried to explain why it's a bad idea and how it's just hurting people that are trying to make a living at this whole yarny creation thing. But it fell on deaf ears with the typical argument of, well, we're free to price our stuff as we choose. And my favorite, that's the great thing about America. You can do things. You have the right to do things the way you want them to. Yeah, you have the right to do things the way you want, but if the way you're doing things is hurting other people, then would it kill you to rethink that? Because, you know, a rising tide raises all ships. So, like, if you were to actually, silly me, price your stuff at its actual value instead of 3 times the price of the yarn, you will make more money. And the prices would be more justified because if you're charging $40 for the scarf and the person next to you is charging $45 for the scarf and the person across from you is charging $40 for the scarf, guess what people are going to pay for the scarf? At that point, it's just going to be which one they want the most. And if you're one of those that says, "Oh, people aren't going to pay $45 for a scarf," yeah, they will. And if you're dealing with a market where people won't pay $45 for a scarf, but that's really what that scarf's worth, you need to find a new market. It's not that deep. Those aren't your people. Don't take scarves to the craft fair. Take washcloths. Take something that is worth $20 and quit taking 50, 60, $70 scarves and selling them for $25. Just stop. Because you know full well you spent more than $25 on the yarn to make that scarf. It's a wool scarf. One of the women was posting a picture of it was a scarf. She used Malabrigo and it was a double length scarf. So that had to have been at least 4 skeins of Malabrigo. And Malabrigo, I mean, you're looking at on average $15 a skein. So if you're using 4 skeins on that scarf, that's $60 in yarn. And you turned around and you sold the scarf for 30, and she wanted to sell it for $30. She was asking if she was asking too much. I'm like, you're not even getting back what you paid in the yarn. What do you mean? Are you asking too much? And just, I don't understand. Oh my god, I don't get it. Everyone's starting a crochet along. Yeah, I've noticed there's a lot of crochet alongs going on right now, but a lot of them seem to be for socks, and I don't do socks, so I was just kind of going, oh okay, yeah, and walking away. I priced a Which Way Filet baby blanket at a number of times the price of yarn, $108, and it still didn't sell. Huh. See, that would have sold here. I know people that would pay that would pay that for it. Um, where were you selling it? It's our curiosity. Because I guarantee if you put that up on Etsy and did enough marketing, someone would buy it. Because have you seen the prices on Etsy? I mean, some of the prices on Etsy, I'm like, okay, wait, hang on now. You know, some of the things like like that $60 to $70 Malabrigo merino wool scarf. I don't know if you're gonna be able to sell for 150, but good luck. But then you look at you look at the person's page, and they've got sales, so somebody's buying this stuff. It's not just a fluke. I mean, they have like sales on sales on sales of scarves for $100 and shawls for $300, and people are paying it. So the people are out there. You just stick to your guns and find them. But stop. But yeah. We had a craft sale on YouTube. I love y'all, but I need to go shower with massive steam, but not my radiation spot, I promise. Not much Chipotle. Oh, good God. Okay, Catherine, have a good night. I'm thinking of putting it on Macari to keep from paying Etsy's fees. I don't know. I mean, Etsy's fees aren't too bad, and you'll definitely get the exposure. Macari's good, though, too. I mean, no problem, no reason not to start with Macari. But, I mean, Etsy's fees annoy me, but the level of exposure you get is pretty impressive. Like I can always tell when um, there's an up. Like I'll get like a flurry of sales, and that normally means that something on my page has gotten flagged by Etsy, so it's been featured, and I get a flurry of sales or a flurry of page visits. My likes go up. So I mean, I don't like paying fees to anybody, but if the fees actually result in sales, they bother me less. So, um, but yeah, so that's the big thing that annoys me when people just undersell the work. Don't undersell it. Sell it for what it's worth, and if it's not selling, keep trying to find the audience that'll buy it. Because, like I said, if you pay attention to Etsy and you look at some of those top sellers on Etsy, they are not selling uh, Malabrigo scarves for $25. You might want to put one in front of that 25, and they're getting sales. So the market is out there. You just have to find it or position yourself where people will find you. But then again, that's also why I'm kind of getting out of the habit of doing finished pieces because it's such a pain having to price things and having to haggle with people for why you price things the way you price them. Even when you do a complete and total breakdown and show them, this is what I paid for the materials. This is how long it took me. This is what I charge per hour because I'm a human being. I deserve to make a decent wage per hour. Add it together. I'm not even, and a lot of, most of the time I'm not even putting any markup on it. Like if I'm selling it on like Etsy or someplace, I will put a markup on it. But if I'm like doing a direct sale, I don't mark things up. I literally charge the price of the materials, how long it takes me, and multiply that by what I pay myself per hour. And that tends to vary because I'm quicker at making certain things than others. So I kind of adjust my per hour rate accordingly. And that's it. That add those numbers together and that's what I charge for the item. So even when they see a literal breakdown that I can justify the numbers, I'm not making them up. There's still going to be those people that are like, I'm not spending that. To which I'm like, then don't spend it, and I'll find somebody else that will. It's just I just don't like undercutting people because just know your worth and be willing to try to get it. That's all I ask. Your hubby came in and wanted to talk. Nobody ever wants to talk to me, so I go wide until everybody wants to have something to say to me. That's how it always works. Kind of like when my daughter was a kid, and she would like pretty much ignore me all day, but let my phone ring and let me start talking on the phone. And it's mom, mom, mommy, mom. Yeah, nothing to say until you're on the phone talking to somebody else. You say no, they're not. I always compare my prices to Etsy in my area. Wait, no, they're not. What? Oh, selling them for scarf $25 scarf. Well, Malabriga scarf $25. No, no. And when people have a problem with with my pricing, I will point them to Etsy. I'll bring up three different items that are similar to what I made and show them what the pricing is, and then point out the number of sales and go. So you're not going to pay it, but apparently other people are. So it just amazes me when people come with that argument, going, "Well, people won't pay those prices. No one's going to pay that much." Yeah, they do. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they are. But people are always shocked by it. So so there's my slight rant. It's a repeat rant. Sorry, Catherine, but it's important enough that I'll rant about it anytime it comes up because it's just something that it's probably one of my biggest issues with the crafting community in general. Not charging what things are actually worth because you're afraid that people won't pay it because they won't see the value of it. But I mean, let's be real. If they're not going to see the value of it, then what difference does it make what you charge? You might as well charge more because I have a problem with people who because we all have those people. They're like, well, I'll just buy a handmade thing, and then like because it's cheaper than buying like a store bought one. Not giving any consideration to how much time, energy, and effort it takes to make that handmade item. People who think handmade items are cheap and a cop out to buying a real gift annoy the heck out of me. I don't understand the idea, the rationale. So, oh, oh, wow, she couldn't be bothered with buying me something, so she made me something instead. How does that even sound normal coming out of your head? Someone took the time, the energy, and the effort to go and buy materials, bring them home, and assemble them to make you something that absolutely positively no one else in this world has. It's a unique, it's an original. You're the only one that has it. And the only thing you can think about is it doesn't have a tag from what? Target? You're mad it didn't spend money at Walmart? I, it annoys me to no end. I've never understood that rationale. Even as a kid, I thought homemade gifts were cool. I think I've told the story before. Oh wait, let's see. Who just came in? I'll tell the story in a second. Hello, just discovered you when I was searching for reviews for Malabrigo yarn, and I was just talking about it. Do you happen to have a video for what you crocheted using it? I've got. Do I have anything right here that I did Malabrigo? I took all my scarves upstairs. Um, Here, wait a minute. Oh, let me take your comment off real quick, Blair. Okay, mind you, this is stretched out because it needs washed, but this beanie is Malabrigo. Um, Trying to have anything else down here that I've made with Malabrigo? I don't think I do. And off the top of my, I know I have videos. The I know. Okay, I know there's the Malabrigo yarn review. Um, I've done several scarves. But I don't know if I have videos on them or not. I don't know. I can't remember if I've done tutorials on those or not. Off the top of my head. Um, do me a favor, if you're so inclined, when I end this live, and you can leave comments, leave a comment on this live, and then I will go and I will look and see what I've got, and then I can respond to you in your comment. But I know I've got stuff that I've made. Here goes my bandana coming off. It's too hot to wear his hat. With it, but yeah, this beanie is Malabrigo. I want to say it's Anniversario. It's a 4 weight, one of the 4 weight Malabrigos, and I absolutely positively love working with it. It is my favorite of the merinos. And like I said, this is kind of misshapen right now because I've worn it and so it's stretched out a bit. But the beauty of this is that if I wash this in cold water, it will snap back, and it'll be just as like tight and springy as it was the day I made it. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and leave me a comment on this live after it ends, I'll dig through my videos and I'll see what I've got. But I know I've got some. I just don't remember off the top of my head what they are. But yes, welcome. Hi, glad you found me. And it's kind of funny that that I'm coming up for Malabrigo yarn reviews. I kind of love that because like Malabrigo is literally like one of my all time, definitely my top 3 yarns, easily, hands down. Um, of my yeah, it's probably number 1 to be honest. I really can't think of anything else other than like a nice cotton bamboo blend. Malabrigo is probably my favorite thing to crochet with. And I do actually have something I'm working on right now, but earlier in the live, I had said that I need to switch things around because I had put a lot of my heavier yarn stuff away to bring out my lighter stuff, like my cottons and my bamboos. And it's one of those things that's packed away somewhere, so I have to dig it out because I do want to work on that shawl. It's a shawl. Um, but yeah, I'll have to look for it. So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, handmade stuff. I think I've told the story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. When I was a kid, I wanted a dollhouse, and there were several of them that I had seen that I really liked, and one of them was this gigantic Victorian dollhouse with like a wraparound porch and a turret and several turrets. It was gorgeous. Well, my mom and dad built me a Victorian dollhouse from scratch. Made the house itself, um, all the furniture, the fireplaces, everything in it. Wired it for electricity, basically like little gas lamps that were really like Christmas lights that they fashioned to look like gas lamps. Um, it was amazing. And the thing is, my mom and dad, uh, God love them, they argued a lot when I was a kid. The running joke was that Saturday mornings, it was not a Saturday morning until I heard bacon frying and my parents screaming at each other. So the fact that those two that were forever constantly bickering with each other spent that much time creating something for me for a Christmas gift still to this day blows me away. So yeah, I've had an appreciation for handmade items since I was a little kid. And my mom was making me clothes, and they were building me doll houses, and I don't understand how people don't appreciate the time, the energy, the effort, the money, and point blank the love that goes into making things for people. And people that don't appreciate that, they're you know what, they're entitled to their opinion. I just don't understand it, and I definitely don't agree with it. Okay, there is a rant. Somebody remind Catherine she needs to come back and watch this for the real rant. But anyway, okay, so yeah. Man, that hat made me hot. So, this week I'm going to have to go hard on these scars. So I'll be working on those. Um, I've got a paper due for class, so I'm going to be working on that. Um, Work's probably just going to be the same old, so no surprises there. And I'm going to try, I did finally film, well, I should say refilm the yarn review that I did, that I told you about last week, that I filmed, and I lost the memory. I lost it because I ran out of memory. I did finally refilm that, but it needs some editing, unfortunately, because I had to film it in pieces because I kept getting interrupted. So I'm going to have to edit that. So hopefully I can get that edited and get that up in the next couple of days. Let's cross fingers. Um, so that's what I've got coming up this week. VJ, what do you say? Because somewhere they got it in their heads that handmade equals homemade equals cheap and store bought is good. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it could be that, because let's be real, not everybody crafts at the caliber to gift things, and and I'm not saying that to sound mean or cheesy, but I was several years into crocheting before I actually felt comfortable gifting the stuff I was making. Because I wasn't always consistent, and my sides weren't always straight, and my borders might be wonky, or I might be missing stitches, or I might have too many stitches. So it was a while before I got to the point where I was making things that I felt comfortable enough to gift. And sometimes people don't realize that they're not quite at that level yet. So that might leave the recipient to think, oh my god, cheap equals not good. But that needs to be like a case by case basis, because just because one person made you a really crappy homemade gift does not mean that the next person is going to make you a really crappy homemade gift. The next person's probably going to make you something spectacular, but you're too set on that. Oh my god, I got one crappy thing, everything's going to be crappy, to realize that that's not always how it's going to be. That's what I was going to share with you guys tonight, and I forgot to load it up. Um, a couple of you had been asking about my daughter's boyfriend's rugs and the hand tufts. Well, not hand tufts. He has a tufting gun, but you know what I mean. And I was going to load up some pictures, and I forgot to do that. So I will do that next week. Um, but the kicker is things that people buy in a store. It does. They kind of forget that at one point everything that you buy in the store was handcrafted. People actually made the material and then sewed the material, and they made the buttons and they put the buttons on the material, and that became the blouse. Someone actually had to spin the yarn or make the thread that got weaved into the cloth that then got cut and was made into that shirt. So everything that you buy at one point or another was made by hand. So I don't understand. And I guess the whole modern machinery makes things better. No, it makes it faster. A lot of times it makes it cheaper. Does it make it better? Eh, we can debate that. But yeah, that's pretty much, you're right, BJ. That's what happened. They got it in their heads that handmade equals homemade equals cheap, and store bought's better. And wow, is that a serious rumble of thunder? Oh, great. As if I don't have enough going on, I don't need a storm on my not finished roof yet. I did tell you guys about the whole roof debacle, right? I need to get a new roof because the chimney was struck by lightning, and it also took out the furnace and the hot water tank. So I'm waiting for all that to get fixed, and it sounds like I'm hearing a rumble of thunder, so it's going to start storming, which means I'm going to have water pouring in. Yay! But you know what? I'm not going to complain too much because considering what people in the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico are going through right now, this is nothing. It's a speed bump. I will be fine. But with that in mind, I think I am going to get off here and go and maybe prep a little bit in the event that it does storm. Yes, Catherine, you missed the rant. Actually, you missed a rant and a couple of mini rants, I want to say. But hey, catch them on the replay. They'll be worth watching again. Um, but I was just saying that I think I'm actually going to have to get off here because it sounds like it's about to storm, and I've got holes in my roof, and I'm going to go make sure that I've got buckets and stuff down in the event that the roof does leak. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping it doesn't rain. I'm hoping I'm just hearing thunder, or I'm just hearing things that. Period. I'm crossing my fingers that that's really what it is. Dang it, 3 and 1. What do you mean, Catherine? You talking about rents, or you talking about, or are you catching up and you heard me talk about the roof, the hot water tank, and the furnace? Either way, yeah. Oh yeah, there was a couple of rants in here tonight. I did a couple, so you have to go back and check those. But yeah, I'm gonna probably go back. Well, okay, two of them were kind of minis, so they weren't really rants, but I did have one full on rant. So just go back and check them. Uh, Hi Zeus, Zeus, ow, Zeus, hi Zeus. My dog just floated in here, which kind of makes you think it must be storming because he doesn't like storms. He is an 80-pound big baby who hates storms. Why'd you have a huge argument with your hubby last evening? What about? Oh, Zusi, it's okay. You'll be all right. And hi, Madison. Uh, yeah, who won? That's the more important question. Who won? He said if I didn't. He said if I didn't like it, then I had to leave the room. Didn't like what? I feel like I'm confused. Catherine, you've confused us. I mean, it's not that hard for me to get confused, but you confused VJ too. Uh, what in the world is up with this? Yeah, I have a feeling Catherine's been hacked, so I'm blocking right now. This is weird. Hmm. I'm thinking it's a troll. I'm confused. Yeah, I'm totally confused. I have no idea what's going on. If that is a troll, then I have never seen a troll take over somebody else's account and troll with it. And how have I blocked Catherine Cunningham, but Catherine Cunningham is still chatting? Okay, Madison, you're out of here. Is anybody else confused? All right, I'm just blocking all of them because I just don't care anymore. And I'll work it out with Catherine to unblock her for the next live. Where? Well, that was weird. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. And I'm glad that I'm going to have this for live because I'm definitely going to screenshot it and show it to YouTube and go, what is going on? So, hi Susan, welcome, welcome. We're actually just about to wrap up. Um, but how are you doing this evening? Not about the same thing, but I don't know what's going on. But hi Thea, we're having like some weird troll issue apparently. Someone pretending to be Catherine is in here like wreaking havoc. See what happened was. Exactly. Sophia, what's new? You just got out of bed, so obviously I'm going to assume you're what, drinking coffee or some such, orange juice, something like that. That was weird though, and I'm totally not sure whether either of those was actually Catherine. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to message her and see if either of these were actually her. Of course, I'm kind of thinking neither of them were, because at this point she probably would have messaged me by now to like let her back in chat. I'm not even showing her live on chat, so I have a feeling they're all spoofed. Because I talked to Catherine at different places. So yeah, but see the I know she said she was going to go take a shower, but then when the person said, "Hey, I'm back," I had just assumed she had taken a shower and she had come back. I thought that was quick, but hey, sometimes you do take quick showers. She's responding to me now on Messenger, so I'm waiting to see what she says because I'm not totally sure, like I said, if any of those were her or not. All right, now Susan is a troll. Is this like troll night? What is going on? Okay, now I'm crashing. No, she said that she did. So unless the troll is also taking over her messenger, which wouldn't surprise me, things are crazy. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, catch the replay because I think we're just going to end this now because this is just getting bizarre, and I can't figure out who's who, and I can't decide whether Susan's a troll or just opinionated. So, and anyway, the thunder's getting worse. So I'm going to have to go and probably put down some. And we just got a thunderstorm warning alert. So, but no, Catherine said she did come back, and some of those messages were hers, but some of them weren't. So definitely have a troll that's spoofing accounts. So I don't know what's going on anymore. Well, I'll definitely check the chat from the when it goes live. I'll check the chat when the live has its um, chat on tomorrow and see if I can figure out what's going on. And definitely contact YouTube because this is weird. So I will talk to you all soon, and thanks for being here. This was fun until it got really weird with the trolls. Um, I always enjoy speaking to you guys, and I will catch you guys here next week, probably the same time because it's soccer. And there may be a video of mine up in the next couple of days. There may not. I'm not going to promise anything. But if I don't see any earning hauls and in the comment section of my videos, I will see you here next week. Bye.